they do. So I'm new to all that, but I'm part of student organizations that are, you know what I mean? Like, none of us have money to travel gas-wise, so we can't meet with each other all the time. We just do conferences online. So, we're organizing to get our life right. Nah, dog. You guys, you need to really be intaken as pedophiles, crack dealers, coke dealers, drug dealers, people who are killing during the recession right here in Pittsburgh, people that threaten me for my vest. That's who is going to be in jail. Like, whether it's your initiative or other cops that are in Pittsburgh, you got good cops, you got bad cops. Some don't care. Some just want to, do whatever tickles their fancy. And then other people that really want to put people behind bars or, use psychology for people that need it. Or you're trying to fill a glass when it's already half full. Leave it alone. I'm a glass that's already half full. Fill a glass up that's half empty, because there is people that aren't taking their medication. There is people that don't sleep 8 hours a day. There is people that are wearing scrubs just to fake it for the clout, and they just want to look cool in front of a girl, and they take her home, but they're not trying to build a house for a woman. I'm building a house already. So vested interests, I don't even know what this is, but there's no problem with me like meeting with you guys and all of that. But, in reality, I see myself working with you guys, not up close and personal, but from a remote, you know what I mean? From a remote direction, and, not working against you. And nobody's working against me because my IQ is too high. Like, even if they wanted to, I can't be flooded out because, like, this is literally a joke to me. Like, when I was in Los Angeles, I had a job. When I was in New York, I had a job. I worked at Global Skyline on Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? When I was in Miami, I had a job. I worked at Jewish Community Services in South Florida. There were temp jobs. I could still get my SSI. I didn't make more than what, I didn't report to the IRS. So what is Pittsburgh when I know people that I used to work with from Global Skyline on Wall Street, or people in LA, who used to work before I left, they still have a job right now. People in Miami, they still have a job right now. People in Chicago, Atlanta, I hang out with friends that are hard workers. So, I got a style. People find my style intimidating. I'm an intimidating person. Wearing a vest is intimidating, but it's also confusing. You know what I mean? Because this ain't New York. Have you been to New York?
Yeah, I'm from New York, actually.
What part? The state or the city?
Oh, upstate, like way up.
So you're tuned to this. Where are you from?
30 minutes north.
Yeah. Yo, I'm not trying to totally like do all the talking. It's just I rarely ever have a chance to talk to my actual friends. So, I do want to, talk to you guys about, some of your perspective, but not about this shit, because like this is what I study. I major in the same thing that you guys are doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not that, you know what I'm saying? I'm a forensics officer. I work for myself. That's it. But you know what it is? Like in Pittsburgh, in a city of 300,000 people, the people that actually become cops, they don't, I can't say usually because I haven't been here, but according to, Consensus Bureau, how many guys have their own security company? Like white or black? I don't know too many people that have their own security company. How many people walk around with a vest?
I can't think of any.
So yeah, you know what I mean? Like I that aspect I see, but that has nothing to do with 911. But that's my point. So I was in the court for me calling 911. Nobody called 911 on me. Nobody reported me. I'm not in court for stabbing somebody, for doing any bodily harm to anybody. So people that are worthy of being psychologically, asked questions while it's a waste of time and my time is $1 million, that's a joke to me. And it's a joke to anybody because I'm the one that called 911. Nobody called 911 on me. The only thing a long time ago, that case that I beat was about the taser, and the battery was dead whenever they got there. And it was a huge joke. So, but I do perceive how something like that could happen because it's not normal for people to see. And there's a lot of people that have full blown schizophrenia. Okay? And that's a huge difference between schizoaffective, let alone just tendencies or anxiety or anything. Because not only that, it's Pittsburgh. So the size of Pittsburgh causes what's known as mass hysteria for anybody to do what's out of the ordinary. That's all. So I'm not really doing what's out of the ordinary. I'm pursuing a career that's out of the ordinary for some people. You know what I mean? But, every time I watch the news, people are begging for police officers and guys step up to the plate. But you're not stepping up for my bloodline. I am. And not only that, you're not my kid's dad. You're not my wife's man. You're not nothing to me. Like you're not sustaining whatever my friends require to sustain their livelihood. We are. So we're Stack Books Foundation. We're Parent Group Confidential LLC. We're American Muscle Security LLC. Think tank. We're a think tank, but we are a people. And you know what I'm saying? We're students, and I'm used to this. These are the people that, if you look through my paperwork, people that I record with, people that you know what I mean? It's just another case of the PTA. It's just another case of the person who in the alphabet doesn't fit in the PTO. Like I am PTO material, but I'm not dating anybody here in Pittsburgh. I'm not interested in dating anybody here in Pittsburgh. If so, it's somebody that, is actually a college student that would choose me and not me choose them, because right now I choose books. So that's all. Like, you know what I mean? But right now, Pittsburgh itself is a real unstable place for people that, aren't really, solid. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. So, through all this time, nobody has made a police report about me. I'm the first to down 911. So that's all. I don't feel, nah, man, no way, dude. My friend just died. He was shot in a studio, and that's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? Asheville Police Department, they apprehended the people that they believe were responsible for it, and they're in court right now. But the professors that I study under, like a lot of us, we experience similar things. You know what I'm saying? So like people have people that died, and you're a law student, so they don't ask us to literally write everything down or whatever, because it's all online. Like I'm a student right now. You know what I'm saying? So but for examples to answer questions, this is what we have to do. So it's like nah, man, nah, dog. I'm straight up a cop. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cop. I multitask. It's just I get it. It does make sense for us to meet, but not intake. That's because me being in a controlled environment makes more pedophiles outside. It makes murderers outside. It makes criminals outside. Crack, coke deal. I don't get involved with the drug, like whatever the DEA does. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by being involved is I don't volunteer for them, because the same signs that you get off FBI.gov, if you do what churches do, the bravest one, you could go to DEA.gov. You could go to CIA.gov. There's so many .govs that are government affiliated. Marshals, USMarshals.gov. And they have a different fugitive list, each one. Like FBI.gov, they have drug people that are there for looking for drug charges, but not like the ones on DEA.gov or whatever, or from what I know. That's another world. So if I ever decided to work in like forensics in that facet, that would be later on in my senior year, because that's too above my head. There's people in Pittsburgh that would whack me in 0 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So I just do this because I know what I'm doing when it comes to this. Like I'm not coming into this, naked eye. I'm just coming into this more like a newbie in the physical body. You know what I mean? I'm not prepared to be rushed by people who are armed to the T. But if it's just like one person that I randomly don't see, and all of a sudden I see that they have a firearm, I am in body and mind and spirit, sound mind and sound faith and sound. Wait, how does it go? Good sound.
Body, mind, spirit.
It's of sound faith and good mind, whatever it is. It's a term to you for you to say in theory. It's not just there. You could do it in practice. There's multiple guys that
Karate, self-defense,
martial arts.
martial arts. Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so the guy tried to pull a firearm out on me in front of Verizon. Whenever I was walking off the bus and I wanted to go use the bathroom real fast, so I was trying to get to somewhere where I could find a bathroom. And I was walking and I had bags as big as that. And he says, yo, man, like, you know, like, you're not even going to say, excuse me? I'm like, dude, I don't have time. If I say anything else, I'm going to be peeing all over myself. I'm carrying a lot of bags right now, so I don't have time. And he thought I was getting smart, and he pulled out a firearm, and it clicked back. Like, so it was like one of those revolvers, you know what I mean? But it was small, you know what I mean? It just went like that. Like, it was black, you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, now you have my attention. So I'm going to put my bags down, and you're going to put that away, or I'm going to arrest you right now, real fast, like faster than you could take a dump. Like, because like, I couldn't hold my pee because that didn't happen yet. But when that happened, I immediately held my pee. I'm like, yo, listen, dude, put that away and walk away and do it exactly how I tell you, or you're under arrest. Because, you know, like, that's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Put it away right now. He looked at me like I was crazy. He's like, what? And he was about to, like, really think, like, go into mode, because he looked right, like, up the street, like, our direction where we're at. And then he looked left, like, down the street, like, towards, like, you know, Liberty Ave, where that intersects Smithfield, because this did happen on Smithfield, 500 in Smithfield, right in front of the Verizon. As soon as I got off the bus, right there. And then, you know, he looked right, and as soon as he looked left, I'm like, like, my handcuffs are literally on me right now. So faster than anything, I put out my handcuffs like this, and one click, just like that. I'm like, walk away. He's like, all right. He's like, all right, you got that. Because those guys, they know they could recognize a cop, and they could recognize a op. And I'm a cop. I'm not a op, because a cop, I didn't even realize this until, did you know that? Do you guys hear the term op?
No, I was going to ask you.
I've heard it. I have a 16-year-old who uses it. With somebody.
She listens to that rap crap, though.
Yeah.
Don't let her listen to Prince Rao. No, you're welcome to talk crap on me. Say whatever you want. Say I'm the next Diddy. Say I'm the next R. Kelly. Say whatever you want just to keep your kids not listening to me. Because I don't think anybody should listen to my music unless they're a full-grown adult. Because I talk like a trash can. You know what I mean? And I would do the same thing to you. Like, you're a rock star or rapper. I'm like, no, don't listen to that guy, dog. Unless your mom says so, then it's cool. But like. But it's a cop with no cuffs. I didn't know that. I had to ask people. Like, I do telemarketing in my spare time, and I ask people randomly when I cold call them, and I just ask random questions. Like, I'm calling to ask you, is your refrigerator running away? But I'm like, have you ever heard the term op? Does rap music make you mad as I did? You know what I mean? Just talking it like I'm trying to sell them something. You know what I mean? And I ask people, what does it mean? And like, yeah, well, we've heard it means a cop, with no cuffs. And I was like, oh, all right. Because at first I thought it just meant, like, I'm not trying to sound derogatory and sexist, but you know the guys, the words throw around. So I thought it meant like a cop with no balls, no cop. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that's what it meant. No disrespect, pardon my French, but guys are foul. So I thought it meant like female cop or a guy who's a nice guy like me, because I take a lot of crap, and a lot of people, you know, girly cop, flashlight cop, I hear it all. You know what I'm saying? Sell out. You're just trying to be a cop because you don't want to get harassed like us. And you know, the Black Lives Matter thing. And I really thought it was just like a person who's not a manly person, but to some people it might be, but to others it literally means if he doesn't have the cuffs, then you could try what that guy did. And when he looked in my eyes, and he, you know, just like you guys, I pulled out my cuffs, you guys didn't jump. You work in a jail, so you guys are probably used to people, you know, exhibiting maybe a behavior that may look like it's threatening, but, you know, not really threatening. He's just talking. He's a person who talks with their hands. So, you know, I was really going to cuff him really fast. And, you know, nobody, like, I can't be, can't hit me that close with a firearm. It's impossible. You would have to. It is, but it's a matter. If you don't know how to disarm somebody, I know how to disarm somebody because a long time ago I thought you would grab them. That's not at all what you do. It's not it all depends. But the closer a person is to you, then the less likely they are to hit you with a firearm unless they're a cop or somebody in the military who gone wacko. They went rogue, yeah, they're going to hit you. You know what I'm saying? They actually are. It's probably not going to be in a vital spot the closer that because you need a distance, not too much distance, but like if you come close, like you got to come at an angle. And so I'm not going to come out here because I'm going to miss. I'm going to straightforward, like I'm cutting through cheese. So if you're coming, it's just a chop. You know what I mean? It's really Aikido. It's basically what Steven Seagal does. So if you use the wrong arm to extend, they just slide off you and boom, hit you right in the stomach. But if you use the right arm, you chop it outward. So it depends wherever they're standing. So if they're standing at a whatever angle, you turn, chew, or excuse me, I have to sneeze. You probably don't want to chew because that will make them jump. But excuse me, I have to sneeze. Okay, so what were you saying? Ying like that right there. And then, their arm goes here. If they're really that determined, they're probably not going to let it go. Like if I would have did that with that guy, he got a good grip on it. He wouldn't have let it go. But what I would have actually done, I would have gone like that. And then you come like this and you grab and you use your elbow. Because if I would have tried to do like that, that guy was too tough. He's taking hits in the face. I wouldn't even try that with him. Like if he would have tried that, I just have to say, I don't care. You can say whatever. I'm not going to. I hear what you're saying because it's your protocol too. But I have to imagine anything because this is my first time meeting you. Like, how many people? Let me ask you a question. How many people do you think look like you in Pittsburgh?
I've been told I look like somebody they knew many times.
What, like on TV or in Pittsburgh?
Like in Pittsburgh. I don't know why that is.
I can't say I've ever known anybody that looks like you facially, but your build, Pittsburgh is a steel city. There's a lot of guys that are like, not a lot, but those guys that you see up in Oakland working construction. Yeah. But with you, like, I probably would have used the same style, Aikido, but you're a lot bigger than him. So most likely, I probably would have just called 911, like immediately. Like with that guy, I could have actually called 911 before, but I called 911 after. Mm-hmm. So when I see the firearm and you're that close to me, I'm not calling 911, dog. I'm gonna like get myself out of harm's way first, and then call 911 because you don't have time. That guy was a loose cannon.
Yeah.
So it's all circumstantial. But yeah, that's the move. It's Aikido. I study under that, and I'm licensed to practice martial arts.
Like a teacher to me, like you taught it one time.
What, martial arts?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Like my degree is not high enough to teach, and it's code not to teach anybody except family anyhow. Like the people that taught me were Buddhists. Like they were in Los Angeles, Miami, and I took boxing in Newcastle. That guy, he's like Italian but Irish. So like I know that's a weird blend, but I don't know. I don't create people. I just get along with them if I can. But it's a code. Like you only teach your kids and that's it, because anything else is too overzealous. Maybe like your family members if you think they're not gonna go loco. But yeah, I know too much stuff for somebody to even try that. But it's not even just that. It's an inner thing. Like I totally, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna get shot. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna disarm somebody if I can call 911. And that's the point. You know what I'm saying? I called 911 on him after that day. Or after, when I got on the next bus that I was waiting for, after he left first, because he left, he's like, all right, you got me. Because he literally, he looked at me and he's like, if I try, it's sizing somebody up. It's really animal instinct. So if he knows he got no lane with me, he's not going to try it unless he thinks that he could do it. Like he was really, he clacked back. And